The first step is to find the center point of your skirt main back piece. I do this by folding the skirt in half and then finding the center point where it's folded. You're then going to take a ruler and measure down 3 inches or the amount indicated on your pattern and mark. You are then going to cut along this line that you've just marked. Once you've cut down the line you just drew, you're going to take each piece and fold it down so that you create a straight edge along this bottom. You're then going to take your placket piece and you're going to place it right side down on top of the wrong side of the pieces you've just folded. You are then going to pin or clip along this bottom edge. I prefer using clips on the end. And a pin in the center. This is to make sure that this center point here, the center of the slit, meets the edge of the placket piece. So this is our piece, our placket piece that we've placed on top. I've pinned at this location and have clipped here. I like to sew this on the opposite side with my machine. So I will place this in the machine and sew along this edge here so I can see the right side of the placket and the right side of my skirt. The reason I do that is to make sure I sew in this edge here, this V point here. When I'm sewing, I like to use a 1/8 inch or even closer to the edge as possible to make sure I don't miss this V point here. Now that you've sewn this bottom edge, and this is what it looks like from the other side, you're going to take the top of your skirt and open it so that your slit is straight, and press this seam allowance towards the other long side of your placket. Now that this is pressed, you're going to take the top edge of your placket and fold it down so that the raw edge of this placket piece meets the raw edge of your seam allowance. You're going to press this edge. Now that's pressed, you're going to take the pressed edge and fold it down again so it covers the line of your stitching. You're now going to press this in place. Now that this is pressed, you're going to pin along the folded edge and you're going to edge stitch along this folded edge. Now that I've edge stitched, I'm going to take my scissors and trim off any excess placket piece. Now that I've trimmed that, I'm going to take my placket pieces, pull them up so that I can pull my skirt piece straight. Now you can see your skirt piece and your placket. I'm now going to take the top edge of my placket and fold it down to create a straight line. You're then going to take this bottom edge and pull it up to meet the top raw edge of the other end of your placket. I then like to hold this piece in place and pull the fabric over so you get a nice overlap. I'm now going to press this in place. Now that this is pressed, I'm going to open the placket piece, and what you'll have is one side of your skirt piece with the placket on the edge. The other side of your skirt piece is going to be the end of your skirt piece, and the placket is folded behind. You want to baste stitch along this top edge of your placket piece and the skirt. Now that's baste stitched and you're finished. You have a perfect placket for your skirt.